Alright everyone, we're back live today. We're doing some more Checkmate coronavirus arenas, except this time we're playing on Chess, as chess.com currently doesn't have a Blitz arena going, so Chess does. So I prefer to stream on Chess anyway, but we just did the last couple on chess.com because they were the one with the Blitz arenas at the time. I shouldn't have allowed bishop f6 because now that spoils my kingside castling rights, and I still have this annoying pin which I'm going to have to break with bishop g7, but now this h7 pawn is potentially weak to knight g5 ideas. Okay, so you submit the bishop on f6. My question is, does that help you in the grand scheme of things? Because you're allowing me bishop g2 and say moving the queen knight f5, but okay, so now queen b6, because this hits the rook with tempo, and then we can play knight f5. If you're doing something with tempo in chess, it is typically wise. Yep, there's knight f5. Oh yeah, and it probably also would be a good thing if I turned my chatbot on. That would be convenient. Rook d3. Bishop takes. Queenside castles. How do we get this rook active? G5? Yep, trying to open up the G file with G takes, and then here. Oh, we have chatbot. We have chatbot going. Alright, good. So if any of my viewers have not had a chance yet to say hello to my chatbot, I call it PatserBot. You can do that. There's a list of commands. If you type in !commands into the chat, and I think this blunders their queen. Can't capture with the king because then I have bishop e4, but I don't know what else to do. So there goes an exchange. Alright, so white will have 2 pieces for the queen. I'm going to bet on that not being enough. Alright, and we're going to play king b7 for a couple reasons. First, I want this rook on the c file, where it's an open file, and also I don't want his rook on the c file potentially pinning anything for me. So we don't allow any rook to the c file ideas to come with check. Yeah, and now we've got a nice plethora of passed pawns to boot. I mean, he could play rook f7, but doesn't really matter at this point. Okay. I think this lets us bring our queen back in. Yeah, when in doubt, do it with check. And I think this swiftly mates because you're forced to go knight a4, and then I take it. Alright, good game, my friend. Good game. Alright, let's just make sure. Okay, so we've got this. Alright. Alright, the chatbot is online. We get black again, so this is interesting. We get 2 blacks in a row here. Huh. I guess just didn't move. I'll take the free rating points. Thank you very much. Another black. It's really interesting how I'm getting 3 blacks to start. I mean, I don't mind playing black, but especially with this setup, this is called the Sicilian Four Knights. I have a really in-depth study on Lichess. You can look it up, HSB Sicilian Four Knights. I have a big opening study into that, and there's some exercises there and some master games in the opening, so it's a pretty comprehensive study. If any of you want to check it out. And I feel like we've already reached a comfortable position for black here. White played a bishop f4 variation, and typically when you have bishop f4, you follow it up with a knight in d to b5. But here he just decided to take on c6, which I guess is okay for white, but there's also really no shot at advantage for white either. Alright, we need to do something. We can't just get mauled. Because these bishops are kind of threatening. Alright, hold up. We're trading pawns here. I think this is just fine. I'm going to bring my bishop back to d6 if you don't take. So, queen h5. Oh, why did I... Oh, man. Right when you think you're almost on the verge of smart, you do that. Oh, I mean, I guess if Blitz can do it, then I can surely do it too, but we're going to work with what we have here, which isn't much. We have bishop pair, but they're not operational. h6, stopping g5. Okay, so this guy really wants to play that. Then I'll let you play g5. I'm going to take first. This will hopefully I have a fork on d2. I mean, if I can get any compensation for the queen here, that would be good. Rook f3 that allows this fork. Rook h3, okay, you're threatening mate. And I can't let you play g6. Well, because this g pawn is on g5, I'm busted, because if I move anything, you just play g6, and queen h8 mate is unavoidable. So let's see if he knows this mating pattern here. Oh, he doesn't play g6 first, which would have been completely winning. I mean, you're still completely winning because you're up the queen, but you had a faster route to victory there. Okay. We take the rook, and technically material is level, but I'm still totally busted. Okay, we need to get this rook in the game, but it's not going anywhere. My dark squares are just gonna leak so bad. Yep, queen f7 mates. Okay. Okay, so you're going for kind of a lazy Slav. Okay, I don't know what this guy is doing, but whatever he's doing, I'm taking the center. Oh, that just blunders a pawn. How convenient. He missed it. You had either knight or bishop captures on e4. Alright, I've got the bishop pair. So let's see if we can make them fully operational. So grabbing control over e4 and preparing this rook to come to e1 because it's the only open file on the board. How aggressive do I get here? Do I go g4, g5, g6? I mean, heck. We have a space advantage and our pawns are pointing toward the king side, so that's where we should be attacking. I'm not sure I like trading rooks there because you just wasted a tempo with rook e3 then. Alright, so we've completed our plan. Now we just need to get some other pieces in the party. Plan next is 94. Just threatens mate. Also bishop f7 is an idea. Play queen f7 and then take the bishop. In knight f6, I like that he's trying to bring his pieces in to defend. Still have 94. I don't want you to trade queens here. I like my queens on the board. Can I go knight f6? Just knight f6. Actually, I think I'll do that. So that I can free f5 for my queen. Oh, I could have just played queen g5 and then I really am threatening bishop f6 because both things would be pinned here. Well, anyway, I still am threatening bishop f6. Okay, so he sidesteps bishop f6. But we'll play it anyway. Oh, snap. I can't believe I just did it again. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, I respect anyone who plays a gambit. Okay, I have fallen for endless queen b4 tricks, and so I'm not falling for more tricks. Why queen e6? Because I could just go knight here or knight here. I know you have to get your queen off of e7 eventually, but you're letting me do this with tempo. Knight f6 was going to have knight d5. Okay, I don't like that move. really, because I have knight f5 and I'm forking the bishop with the threat of knight takes g7. Okay, so you mess up my pawn structure with bishop takes c3 next. B takes. Why are you allowing me knight back f5? That was strange. You don't need to allow me knight back to f5 with check. If you play king f8, you just nudge the knight, and then you can play rook g8. Oh, that's why, because you obviously just know that I'm playing terrible chess today. And now more terrible chess. Huh. Man, I am not playing well today. Ugh. Well, that's not good. Okay, great. You're just up a full piece. You're casually just upping the pressure. Alright, we got something going for us. We have an idea of e4, followed by e5. And obviously we get shot down. Yeah, if knight f6, I think I just have to, or knight c5, which also makes sense. Oh man, why have I not just, like, resigned already? Alright. Positive thinking here. What do we have going for us? Well, we have the only bishop on the board for the moment. And okay. Yeah, we have the only bishop on the board, and now we don't have the only bishop on the board. But the good news is now that you've cleared e4, I might have a shot at pushing it. Think positively. Because if I just have a defeatist attitude, I just lose the game. Because I've played enough chess to realize that if I think too badly, or just not think much at all, that I will typically lose the game. Rook moves, e5. Alright, at least we're showing some oomph here. This last move denies the knight the e6 square and prepares to maybe try to throw something open. Oh, yes, yes. Thanks for the piece back. Pawn can't capture because it's pinned. This is good news. Alright. When in doubt, guard the back rank. And I still have ideas of e6. This is nice. Well, I guess I could also capture on a7. Yeah, this is risky, but okay, I think that justifies it because I can go e6 now. And I think black loses. Oh, I have rook d7. Forcing the king up the board. And I believe that's checkmate. Alright, it was a bad game that I didn't deserve to win, but I still got it anyway. Yeah. I'm not playing the best chess, but yeah, this will hopefully be the last Blitz tournament I play in for the week, because I've got a rated rapid tournament that I'm going to be playing in on Saturday. So hopefully I can pay some more attention to rapid in the days ahead. I remember playing a similar line against National Master Chris Knox, and I didn't throw in d5 fast enough, and he just played d5 himself. And I didn't get a great position. I lost the game even though I fought my way back to equal. Alright. Let's rip open the center here. The simple threat is e5, e4 wins a piece. So probably takes. I think that's a mistake because I can go knight takes with check. Oh, I didn't calculate correctly. Okay. It's alright. Alright, these doubled pawns are kind of ugly. But his c5 pawn is exposed. And I'm hoping to chip away at it. So the point behind bishop e5 is he wants to play b4 to defend the pawn. That can't happen immediately because the knight hangs. So I just centralized my bishop with tempo, and now I can go for the line that I wanted. Now I can play a5 with less risk of trading rooks. As I'm threatening just takes. I don't get where the knight is going from there, so I'm just going to go ahead and play this. And then after rook b1, bring the other rook to the a file. f4. Okay, that makes sense. You kick the bishop back. I mean, I could have played it to a1, but it's useless on a1, as the only diagonal is this one, and that diagonal is basically taken. So you play it back to c7. And just as a slight precaution, I want to guard f6. Oh, I'm too worried about Grandois' ideas of this and that and this and that I forget that my rook just hangs. Let's do that. Okay. Oh. Oh, man. That was a mouse slip. That sucks. Okay. Oh. Oh man, thank you to all of my loyal viewers who are sticking with me through all of this Blitz nonsense, whatever is going on. I'm just not playing well today. Probably still half asleep, but we'll see. If any of y'all want to challenge me, also you can challenge me on Lead Chess, and I'll take up your challenge as soon as I'm done with my current games. Okay, so we have a nice Grunfeld. I know some theory for the Grunfeld. Bishop g7, knight f3, bishop g4, rook b1, or c5, rook b1. My pet idea is this system, knight f3, bishop c4, and rook b1. And then I can castle. Okay. Oh wait, there's 3 attackers. That sucks. So let's just attack f7. Yeah, when all else fails, just attack the guy. Do I have knight f7, rook? I think I like this fine. Alright, so Now what? Takes here? Yeah, because at some point I have to respond to the threat of takes back. So okay, but this is annoying because I don't have that many squares for the queen. Man, I'm just not feeling it today, viewers. Just not playing good chess. Or, well, maybe to a lower rated viewer I'm playing great chess, but this is not good level chess for me, at least. I guess I could just play rook c1. Now that my king is no longer on g1, this isn't with check, so I might be okay. So this has two threads. The first thread is bishop takes d4, and the second is rook c7. So you have to respond to both threats, probably through something like e5. But does that even help you? Rook. Okay, so there's how you respond to both threats. Now my bishop's hanging. Ugh. Alright, so because a6, now this b6 pawn looks weaker. a4 kicks the knight. Hopefully backwards. I don't think it can go forwards. Alright, so we have a pawn, rook and pawn versus knight and bishop should be roughly balanced in an ending. I think that just blunders a piece. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is game. Alright, let's finish him off. If you move the queen off the f file, rook f1 is lethal. Alright. Actually, I can just play king to g1. And now I'm threatening rook f1 to pin the queen. And the checking squares are both covered. That's nice. Yeah, king g8, queen h7 forces the king back. Yeah, this is game. This is GG. Okay, rook d8. Don't think it's good enough because I'd still play rook f1. And I'm up a full rook. Yeah. Good game. GG's, as Hikaru likes to say. Ooh, yes, we finally get a half timer. Okay, I've played this out before. The move is d5. Great. Not good. Are we just losing a piece? That's sad. That is sad. Very sad. And another pawn, and oh, he can just play bishop takes. Okay. Point behind this is now the bishop no longer has the queen defending it, so alright. You're a clean bishop up. What's to do if you're a clean bishop down? Oh, I guess all that's left is attack the sucker. Oh, that's not good. This is losing terribly. Oh, my rook has no safe squares. My rook just got trapped. Alright, we gotta get some sort of counterplay. And we better hope that this mentioned counterplay, meaningful. Yeah, that's... Oh man, chat, we are getting mauled. Oh man, I bet our performance rating is like in the 17. Yeah, it's like 1750. Okay. Let's try to get back into this game a bit. Alright, another Greenfield. Another exactly the same variation as last time. Just need to be more careful to not blunder pawns. So that's why I'm inserting this bishop e3 as its additional defense. Queen d2 stops this pawn from being pinned. Now it's not pinned to anything. b5. Okay, that's annoying, I'll give you that. Wait, I can just take that. Forgot that my rook's on b1. That's convenient. Now I pick up this pawn as well. Alright, where do you go with the queen? Okay, queen here, takes. And now I'm threatening d5, so you have to move the queen again. So I think that queen c7 is a really bad idea. Okay, queen there, d5. Yeah, this position is pretty comfortable. For me at least, maybe not for him. There's no mating ideas and I can just play f4. And my queen defends g2 if need be, and although it is weird to have my rook on c5 at this stage in the game. Queen h5. f4, and after the bishop moves, we have d6. Threatening takes e7 and threatening the queen. Or the bishop moves back to d6. Rook c4, because that's about the only reasonable square. Bishop c6. e5. Alright. Alright, so it looks like you just gave up a piece. Problem is now I have really powerful mating ideas. And you're going to have to weaken the position further to maybe even hopefully survive. So f6. We'll just keep coming. Bishop c5. Yep, again going. Mate hunting on h7. Not much you can do about it. pretty tactics time. Can I play bishop takes g6? Takes, check, king f7. Queen here. Alright, why not? Why not? I think rook takes is a mistake because I think I mate you somewhere. Oh wait, there's the mate threat. Taking queens off the board. Ugh. Rook h8, bishop g6 wins. Okay, you're threatening takes g2. That can be remedied. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Performance rating is creeping up. Okay, a Dutch. What? Why knight c6? I feel like this guy's just trying for more of a manic King's Indian style. Does this not trap the knight? Only because you've played f5? It's ironic. You play f5 and then f5 in the opening is the reason your knight gets trapped on d4. Because the knight has nowhere to go. And is under attack from the pawn. Okay, that's clever. It's clever. But it doesn't change the fact that your knight still has no squares. KJ, sorry for me, maybe a little slow getting to respond. I am not a super strong player. I'm about, as of right now, I'm 1930 about Blitz on Lead Chess. I play on chess.com too, though not as much. I think I'm like 1710 on chess.com. So I'm a decent player. Not playing very well today, but we're having a go at it. think I'm like 1430 over the board. Yeah, maybe later this week I'll stream some Rapid Arena because I show my incompetence less in Rapid for some reason. Yeah, and anyway, I have a Rapid tournament on Saturday, so I hope that answers your question, KJ, if you're still in the chat. And hey, thanks for checking out the channel too. This is something I'm just trying to get off the ground here. We don't have that much of a following yet, but we're starting to stream a little bit more. So I hope you enjoy the content. Yeah, I'd have to give the pawn back. But hey, I'm +5 on material, so probably still fine. Okay, so this hits the bishop, bishop drops back, knight takes d7. He grabs another pawn, rook moves, rook d8, say. Alright, how do I respond to rook d8? Alright, we'll just bounce the knight back to e5, and we still have a solid position here. We're up a bunch of pawns. Oh, and this is also interesting because this pins the rook. Yep, and also for anyone in the chat, there's also this nice thing. I beat a candidate master last week when I was playing a lot better in Blitz, but hey, bishop takes d5 resigns. How much rating is a CM? I'm not sure what the requirements for a CM are over the board. I think you need to get 2200 over the board to get CM, but that's in classical. I beat this guy in a Blitz game as I obviously lack the talent to play anybody any slower. And it looks like we have another of my favorite species. We have the half timers. Ooh, c3. Okay. That's typically not expected because typically there's knight captures on d4 there, and we have a more normal Sicilian line. Yeah, so KJ, if I didn't answer any of your questions enough, feel free to let me know in chat. Oh, duh. Okay. Because this pawn is pinned, but can't take the knight. But now I've unpinned, and now I've locked into this pin. I think I have everything defended. Okay, well he is threatening knight f6. And I'd have to take back with the g-pawn and bishop takes. So that's not good. So how do we defend our king? Yeah, we have this interesting move here, bishop to c6. As, oh, but at the end of the sequence, yes, you fork the rooks. Okay, KJ, you can't see the ratings or names of who I'm playing against. Oh yeah, that's because Lead Chess has this thing called Zen mode, and it basically just allows you to not see who you're playing. And I have Zen mode on during tournaments, just so like if, for example, if I'm playing 2300 and I'm 1900, and if I see that at the start of the game, I might freak out and like, oh no, I'm playing at 2300. But if I don't see that before the game, then I treat it for basically just a regular opponent. And it's helped my chess because I can take a lot more of the psychological aspect out of the game. Because a large part of chess is psychology and how the human mind works. Alright, meanwhile, let's think targets. This h-pawn is a target, and our bishop on c4 is doing a splendid job at covering both weak pawns. Alright, the problem is this outside passed a pawn is very strong. Oh, you just take off the bishop, duh. And this wins easily for white. Okay, yep, and a final accurate move, king f2. If you don't play king f2, you actually can't catch my d-pawn, but here you catch the d-pawn easily. Okay, we can just resign this. Yeah, have I played Neutrophila before? No. Whoops, accidentally clicked on top game. Alright, I think we'll just do one more game for today. And then we'll see what we've got. Oh, there's an FM playing. That's kind of cool. From the EU, okay. So he's from Europe somewhere. I wonder where you'd get your flag for EU. I've never seen an EU flag. Yep, Sicilian for life. That was dumb. Why did I play that? Why did I play e5? I play e6. Okay. Well, anyway, let's go with positives here. We have d4. That's a nice square to be occupied, and we can chip away at the center here with bishop b5 and then d5. Or bishop b7 rather than d5. KJ, are there some GMs in this tourney? I don't think so. but I could be wrong. We'll take a look in the tournament lobby when we get back to it right before I end the stream. I wouldn't expect there to be any GMs in the tourney. I know there was a WGM, a woman grandmaster, in the chat earlier, I think, before you showed up on the stream. Do you remember seeing the WGM or something else? Alright, so looks like we can just castle here. Yeah, and if you're in the chat and you have an idea on who you want me to raid, feel free to let me know who you would like me to raid. I'm not exactly sure who's live. I think Max is live right now. If you don't know who Max is, he's International Master Max Wombertham. Yeah, there is a difference between GM and WGM. I think WGM, I think you have to get 2300 and then you need certain norms to get WGM. To get straight GM, I think you need not only your norms, but I think you need also like 2500 rating to make GM. Alright, let's see if we can trade off this bishop, or at least clear c8 for a rook in the future. Let's take with the bishop here so there's no rook c1 tempo gains. Yeah, KJ, does that answer your question on the difference in rating? Yeah, I think GMs are typically 200 higher than WGMs. Queen e8. Covers the rook. Keeps an eye on the e5 pawn. Okay. That's aggressive. Yeah, I don't think this guy has enough resources to attack because you can't attack with just pawns. You need pieces, and all your pieces are over here on the queen side. And the problem for you is, even though you've played g4, h5 is a potential weak spot. Alright, I was actually more worried about queen takes because I have some back rank issues after the tactic I was thinking about. So the tactic I'm thinking about here is knight takes g4, pawn takes, takes. Okay, but he's played knight g3, so that cuts out the tactic, and now this queen takes g4 and the variation is not with check. Alright, new plan. We play. Okay, so he blocks d3. Queen a5, but we could maybe infiltrate somewhere after queen to d1, but b4, can you play b4, queen d1, king g2, bishop d6? Yeah, you can play that. Yeah, and again, if there's someone out there that you want me to raid after this game, please let me know. I'm always open to viewer suggestions on who to raid. Alright, g5. Let's trade, and then we go knight d7. Actually, can we go knight h7? Yeah, this actually seems like an idea because we double attack here, and I'm basically forcing you to go f4. G takes, bishop takes, I can still take on g5. Okay, so b takes a5. No rush, we'll just take back on a5. You still can't defend the g5 pawn. Alright, so we have f4, takes. Queen takes a3 because after you exchanged on a5, the a3 pawn got weaker. And now if we trade here, I like my position because I have this d pawn and this a pawn, which are both outside passed pawns and fairly far away from his pieces. Although this c pawn is also potentially fast. If I play bishop f6, there's e5. So bishop e7 goes after the c pawn. And I'm going to need to start pushing this a pawn off the board, because if queens get traded in a situation like this, then the outside passed pawn is of pretty big importance. If I were my opponent, I would keep the queens on the board, and he does. Alright, I need to be careful about the pawn. King h7, if it comes to c8, I don't want with check. If you take on a5, I take on c6. Or c7 and we trade, basically. You play c8 queen, okay, c8 queen. And now just a little precautionary move g6, I don't want knight f5, because that would be a great square for the knight. Okay, I need to defend this with the queen, because I don't want to lose f7. And the queen's kind of isolated on where it is right now. Alright, can we take the queens off the board? Because if I take the queens off the board, oh, crap. Oh, crap. And we just blundered our queen, I think, for the third time today, which is rather sad. The good news, my opponent has basically no time. And has to be careful with how low at e5. Yep, I am toast. Because the bishop doesn't have any safe squares, because if I go to the b file, for example, then queen b7 picks up the bishop. Hey, sup, bean power. I think I'm just going to resign. Alright. Sweet. Sup, bean power, how you doing? If you want me to raid somebody of your choice, I'm going to end the stream pretty soon, so let me know. Alright, and KJ, to answer your question from earlier, are there any GMs here? Well, here's a candidate master. There's another FIDE master. But probably the vast majority, the people playing in this are untitled, just like me. Oh, there's an I am. It's not bad. There's the FIDE we saw earlier. I don't think there'll be. Oh, there's another FIAM. I think I've played. Yeah, I've played Who's C a couple of times and I lost all of them. Alrighty. Well, thanks everybody for checking out the stream today. I'm gonna go raid. And let's raid Max. So I hope that y'all will enjoy Max's stream, and I'll be streaming later.